Okay, good evening Spartans. Welcome to our very last Stay Home Spartans lockdown session. We have got quite a bit to get through, so I want to get started right away. So, as usual guys, we're going to start off with some walkout. I think they're a really useful exercise to start with. So we're just going to start off at the end of your mat, at the end of your training station, and I want you to come into that fold at the hips, walk out into that press up position and back up onto your feet, walking out and walking back up each time. So what I'm laughing at here guys is what you may or may not be able to see on the video is we've recently started to wean the boys, so they're starting to eat food, but judging by the stains on this mat, I'm not sure how much eating food they're actually doing, whether it sounds like they're just, or it looks like they're just throwing it all over the floor at the moment. So we're going to go for 1 minute, of which we've got about 30 seconds remaining just in that walkout into that press up position and back up onto your feet. So it's a really nice one because it starts to warm up the shoulders, it starts to warm up the hips, the hamstrings, and also the core. Gets the core firing, because what I want to see each time is that when you come into that press up position, you're in a solid press up position. I don't want to see people hanging the hips down into it, so you're keeping that really solid braced position each time. So still another 10 seconds. At the end of this 10 seconds, we're just going to come into a rotation. So all I want you to do is you're just going to come into, from that press up, one hand up into the air. Okay, we're going to change over and then roll over, other hand up into the air. And it's just alternate between those two. Make sure you roll the hips, make sure you roll the shoulders into position and back up each time. And again, just pivot between those two positions. If you want to make it a bit more challenging, throw in a press up in between, but don't feel like you have to. It's an optional extra in this one, but trust me, you're going to be doing enough press ups in the next block. You're going to do enough press ups in the next block. Let's keep going. Still another 20 seconds. Still another 20 seconds. At the end of this 20 seconds, all I want you to do is we're going to come into down dog to low cobra. Down dog to low cobra. So just again, nice lower back, hamstring, calf kind of stretch again. So starting off with that down dog. So bum up into the air, pushing your heels into the floor, grounding your hands, grounding your fingers into the floor. Then it's rock forward, chest onto the floor, and then push up into that low cobra position. So again, just work between those three positions. So down dog, press up, and low cobra. Don't rush between any of them. Don't feel like you have to get hundreds and hundreds of reps in. All we're doing is just a smooth movement. If you want to hang out in that hamstring stretch, if you want to hang out pushing your heels into the floor, that is absolutely something you can do. Just spend some time in each position. Alternatively, just try and flow through them, just a nice steady pace. Another 15 seconds, another 15 seconds. So we're actually going to start off with a little strength block. What we're going to look at is good quality movements. Good quality movements is what we're going to try and do. Okay guys, time. So grab yourselves a quick drink. What we're going to look at for 8 minutes. 8 minutes altogether is I want you guys to try and squeeze in as many good press ups as you possibly can. Now when I say that, I want you to do every set that you do, I want you to try and leave 2 or 3 reps in the tank. So you're not pushing yourself to the point where you are exhausted, you're not pushing to the point where you're collapsing or you're having to drop to your knees. Even if that means you're doing sort of 1 press up at a time, that's fine. I want you to get good quality press ups in, try and leave 2 or 3 reps in the tank each time. 8 minutes, rest as much as you need to, rest as often as you need to, but the timer will be 8 minutes from start to finish. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Yeah, get the thumbs up on Zoom. So we're going to get going guys in about 5 seconds. Again, press ups from the toes, chest to floor, back up, try and leave 2 or 3 reps in the tank, rest where you need to. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Let's go. So again, chest to the floor, back up, try and keep them smooth, good quality reps. As soon as you feel you're starting to fatigue, starting to tire out at all, that's where you end set number 1. Leave 2 or 3 reps in the tank, give yourself a bit of a rest. The good thing with this is because you are looking at different levels, because you are looking at different levels of rest, different lengths of rest. Hi, Walt. If you take too short a rest, your next set becomes much shorter. So if you haven't rested enough, you won't be able to do very many press-ups. If you've rested plenty, you'll get more press-ups in. So it kind of balances itself out in that respect. So rest where you need to. So you can do lots of multiple small sets, or you can try lots of bigger sets. Dickhead. Come on, get in there. So I'm glad you guys on the Zoom were busy looking down in your press-ups. Guys, anybody catching up on YouTube? Well, I've just seen my dog try and mount me while I'm in the middle of those press-ups. So that'll be forever enshrined on Spartan video. Okay, a minute and a half gone, So like I say, rest where you need to. Rest where you need to, rest when you need to, rest for as long as you need to. It's good quality press-ups only. I don't want to see dropping to the knees. I don't want to see collapsing in the middle of a set. So every press-up you start, you should be able to finish. Now as the sets go on, as the minutes go on, you will probably need longer and longer and longer to rest. That's fine, that's fine. Do your best to try and keep your press-ups in small bunches. So try never to do singles if possible. Now if you reach that point, that's fine. But 2 press-ups is not twice as difficult as 1 press-up. It is easier to keep them in multiples, even if it is small multiples. Like I say, every press-up you start, you should be able to finish. If you don't think you'll be able to finish the next press-up, don't start it. Give yourself a rest. I want it to be good quality. 2.5 minutes gone, 2.5 minutes gone. So we are talking lots and lots of reps over that 8-minute block. So again, chest to the floor, back out to full extension, rest where you need to. It's not going to be one of the only situations where you do get a chance to rest in today's session. So it is an 8-minute block, and then we're going to up that intensity. It's going to get that little bit harder, that little bit more challenging with a little bit less rest. Because we're going to look a bit more at some full body work after this one, some full body. You can change your press up variation if you wish. So obviously I'm choosing just hands underneath the shoulders just because that's a nice basic press up. What you can do if you wish is you can go into close grip, wide press ups. If you want to go for it, go for 1-arm press ups. It's fine, but I want good quality movement the whole way through. So that's where I want you to stop if you feel like you're going to struggle through a rep. I don't want any reps to be a grind. I want you to push through. We're almost at that halfway point. And keep in mind, I don't think I've hit double figures. I know I'm only demoing, but I think every single one of mine has been underneath 10 reps so far anyway. I don't see myself getting much higher than that. We're past halfway. So you have 3 minutes 45 seconds left to go, so 3 3/4 minutes, give or take. We're looking good though. Just keep pushing through that. Starts to get more challenging. Give yourself longer rests where you need to. So if you find your triceps are burning, or if you find your chest is really burning, just a little shake of the arms, shake it out, go grab yourself a drink. There's loads of time to recover, loads of time to rest in this one. When we get to the final minute, only the final minute, I'm going to get you to try and up the intensity just a touch. So you're going to try and take less rest. I still want good quality, so you're still going to rest as you need, but I want you to try and shorten that rest. Just try and pack in a few extra reps, 1 or 2 extra in the final minute. But that's still 2 minutes away, so you've got 3 minutes left in total. I want you to keep working between those. 2.5 minutes remaining. 2.5 minutes. Again. Now, if you are at the stage, guys, where you can only do one press up from your toes, for anybody that's watching on YouTube or catching up on YouTube, so be it. That's fine. I want you to do one press up, one press up, one press up. Give yourself lots of rests and just string them together. So if you only did one press up every 30 seconds, that's 16 press ups. That's fine. That is pushing yourself beyond that kind of capability. If you could do a little bit more, brilliant. If you can't, you're doing as many as you can. That's all we're asking for during this session. That's all we are asking for. So 6 minutes, 15 seconds in, so 45 seconds before I want you to up the intensity. So again, I want you to take the short rest. So even if it's just a couple of press-ups, shake the arms, couple of press-ups, shake the arms, couple of press-ups, shake the arms, and just work between those two positions in the final minute. I'll let you know when that starts. So you have a minute and a half left, 90 seconds to go. Triceps should be feeling it, chest should be feeling it, shoulders might be feeling it. Depends on your press-up variation. 15 seconds, and then we're going to kick it up a gear. So even if you rest right up until that 7-minute mark. So we're about to enter our final minute. 3, 2, 1, last minute, off we go. So now start stringing them together a little bit more. So again, that chest to floor and extend. If you need that rest, you stop, quick breath, go again. Need that rest, stop, go again. And just try and minimize the rest now. This is the first one, first and only minute in this block where I want you to do as hard as you can. So still don't want you to struggle through any press-ups. If you think you're going to struggle, give yourself that mini rest. I want them to be as smooth as possible the whole way through. They're looking pretty good for the guys on Zoom at the moment. They've got 20 seconds remaining, 20 seconds to go. Let's keep working. Mini rests, go again. Mini rests, go again. Finishing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Nice work, guys. Nice work, nice work, nice work. Okay, guys, you've got about a minute to recover. Grab yourselves a drink, shake out the arms. We're going to work into sort of legs and full body a little bit more now. What we're going to come into is one of my favorites for legs is just going to be that double squat, double reverse lunge. Okay, so double squat, double reverse lunge. So what we're going to start off with is just going to be 2 squats. As soon as you've done 2 squats, 1 reverse lunge on the right, 1 on the left, and then back into 2 squats again. So you're just going to work between that there. That's going to be 1 minute. So it's going to be 1 minute of strength, 30 seconds then of a cardio based exercise. So something's going to get the heart rate up. So we're going to start that off in 10 seconds. So 2 squats, 2 lunges, 2 squats, 2 lunges. Starting in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Let's go. So 2 squats, 2 reverse lunges, 2 squats, 2 reverse lunges. When you step back, try and get back knee onto as close to the floor as you can. If you can get it to touch the floor, great, but I want it to touch. I don't want it to slam into the floor. I want it to be a nice light touch off the floor if you do get that low. That's going to be 1 solid minute. Just working between the 2. Just set, again, as always really, good quality movements. I don't want you to take a break in this one, but you can slow down and speed up as you need. So okay, so the whole minute, so you're 35 seconds in, still 2 more squats, 2 more lunges. And just work between those 2 basic positions. 2 and 2, 2 and 2, 2 and 2. Working your way between them. 10 more seconds. At the end of this 10 seconds, what I want you to do, you're going to go straight into a set of get ups. So lying down onto your back, standing up onto your feet for 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Off we go. So lying down onto your back, from there, back up onto your feet. Try not to use your hands if you can. Lie down onto your back up onto your feet. Now this one, try and push the pace a little bit. Obviously careful that you don't lie down and crack your head on a piece of furniture or anything around you. Make sure you don't have a badly behaved animal nearby. We're going to go back for a second round into those 2 squats, 2 lunges. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So 2 squats and 2 lunges. Off we go. Try not to fall over like I almost did there. So again, 2 squats, 2 lunges. This takes us for another minute. So again, if you are finding that your heart's beating a little bit faster, a little bit out of control, or it's getting higher than you'd like it to be, use this work to try and bring it back down. Again, I don't want you to stop during this circuit, but you can just manage your pace. Just slow things down a little bit. Get your breathing under control. Get ready for another hard effort. So in 15 seconds time, I want you down into a set of mountain climbers. So press up position, driving knees in towards the elbows, alternating knees. Going in 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's a mountain climber. Just swapping feet, mid-air, driving the knees in towards the elbows. So make sure this looks good for the guys on Zoom. Key thing that you keep your hips down. You don't let your hips get up into the air, creating that flick of the heels. I want to drive a knee in each time towards the core, towards the shoulders. You're going to come up onto your feet, and on this one, we're just going to come into just squats for the next minute. Ready? And change. Off we go. So just squats. So again, neutral stance, right down, right back up. And again, manage that pace. Manage that pace as much as you see fit. So I want you to keep working hard, obviously. I don't want you thinking this is dead easy. But it shouldn't get to a stage where you're starting to get panicky breathing, or you're starting to struggle. You want to almost sort of come up a height with the first part, and then with the second part, bring it back down again. So you're almost sort of that ebb and flow through each one. We're going to come back into those mountain climbers. However, this time I want you to do it cross body. So you're going to get right knee towards your left elbow and vice versa. There's going to be a bit of a twist in there for 30 seconds. So again, going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, knee in and across the body. There's just that little bit of a twinge, or twist, sorry. A twinge, hope it shouldn't be a twinge. So again, that little twist in and across the body, just get the core a little bit more involved. Try and push the pace on this one as much as you can. This looks good, looks really solid. So we're going to come into your lateral lunge. So you're going to step out to the side, and it's going to be 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. Ready, and change. So step out to the side, big stride out, step in, and back out each time. So just 30 seconds, that lateral lunge. Big explode out, explode back in. When you've done 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. Good, 5 more seconds on this side. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Ready, and change. Off we go. So we step out in the opposite direction. That push it, push back in. Try and create that base. Get the hips low. This is good. We're really going to get the heart rate up. Everyone's favorite. We're going to go straight into those burpees as your next one. Hands down, feet out, feet in, explode up. Changing in 10 seconds. So it's 30 seconds of burpees. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Hands down, feet out, feet in, drive up. Okay, so off we go. Let's go. 30 seconds. Hands down, feet out, feet in, explode up. Good. We're going to come into your curtsy lunges next. Your curtsy lunges. So that's the one where we step out, leg crosses over behind, curtsy down, step out, leg crosses over behind, and curtsy down. So that drop down, that little twist each time, little twist each time. And change, off you go. 1 minute of those curtsy lunges side to side. So you twist, little twist through the lower body. One leg crosses over behind the other. One leg crosses over behind the other. Full minute of this one. Because obviously you alternate legs anyway, so we're doing 30, we are doing 30 seconds on each side technically, across the minute. You're halfway through this one. This whole one is 10 minutes from start to finish. You are now 6.5 minutes gone. This is good. So we're going to try and ladder our way back down the exercises. So we're going to go back into your burpees again. Will be your next exercise. That's going to change over in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So we're straight back into those burpees, just 30 seconds. Let's keep going. We're going to keep changing the leg exercise, but the cardio exercises, the ones in between, the 30-second long ones, they are going to go in the opposite order that we went up in. That is if I can remember, of course. 10 more seconds. This is good. And we're going to come into just a narrow squat, so feet and knees together. And I want you to come into a half squat, arms up into the air. Ready and change. Off we go. So half squat, arms up in the air, and try to hold that position. From the front, it's quite a narrow position, so feet are only hip width apart. Half squat and hold arms straight up into the air. Anybody that's been skiing before should know. Guys, I'm guessing you taste a bit salty there. Nice and low. Okay, so we're doing this one for the full minute. We're then going to come back into those mountain climbers, but we'll go on the cross body mountain climbers. It's going to be your next exercise, your cross body mountain climbers. That's going to change over in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross body mountain climbers, off we go. Cross body mountain climbers, off we go. We'll come into your prisoner squat next. So that's going to be down onto both knees, back up onto both feet. So just down, down, up, up. When you stand up each time, plant your foot flat on the floor each time. Going to change into that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Prisoner squat, so down onto both knees. So down, down, up, up. Easy. And again, the strength exercises, the leg exercise, anything that's directly leg related, that is where you can manage the pace, where you can try and bring your heart rate down again while you're working. Try and alternate which knee you go down on. So if you find yourself always going down onto your right knee, try and alternate and go the opposite direction. So every now and again you go onto left knee and stand up on left foot. It's up to you on that one. So 30 seconds into this one, 30 seconds left to go. That takes us to our last one, which is just going to be your straightforward mountain climbers, because we're not laddering all the way back down. That's longer than 10 minutes. Last couple of seconds on this, and then we're into just your straightforward mountain climbers. So right knee to right elbow, left knee to left elbow, 2, 1, and change. Off we go. Now's the time to change. So knees right in by the elbows each time. Nice, nice, nice. Let's keep that going. This is good. 3, 2, 1. Time. Okay, guys. Time. Grab yourselves a drink. Grab yourselves a drink. Okay. So the last one we're going to do, the very last little thing, we're actually going to finish off our session today with a little bit of our mobility. And all we're going to do is we're going to hang out at the bottom of a resting squat. So again, we're just going to aim for 2 minutes to finish off with. So when you're ready, we're going to do 2 minutes. I'm going to start the timer when I drop down. You guys, obviously, if you're not ready yet, just pause the video after this. But we're going to squat right down as low as you can into that resting position. And we're just going to hang out for 2 minutes. So it's a really nice stretch for the ankles. Yes, you stretch for the Achilles. It's also practicing that deep squat position. And stretch for the hips, around the groin, Again, you can maximize that even more if you wish by trying to push the knees apart, trying to create that space. So remember, we talked through some of the easier ways to do it. You can go palm to palm and push apart. If that's easy, you can go to the next stage, which is to go knuckles to palm, which creates a longer lever. And then if that's easy, you can go knuckle to knuckle, which makes it as long as it can possibly go. And again, ease in and out of those positions. This isn't a static squat, so if you do feel at any stage you need to stand up, you need to let the hips, give the hips a break, do so. It's absolutely fine. But you're trying to relax into that position. So you shouldn't feel like your legs are shaking, your legs are struggling to hold you. You're actually sitting as low as you possibly can. A little bit of mobility, lower back stretch. Try and just relax into it as much as you can. Imagine you just had newspaper and you're just able to sit down there. Don't ask why you'd be reading the newspaper in that position. I like this miming and everything going on in the Zoom. I'm impressed. I thought you guys were, some of you guys have been too young to know what a newspaper was. Okay guys, 20 seconds left. Last 20 seconds. This is the last 20 seconds of the last session. This is us done in 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lean your hands on the floor, stand your hips up, and slowly draw yourself back into a standing position. Job done. Finished. So, like I said to the guys on the Zoom at the very start, thank you so much for everybody that has been tuning in. As always, if you have any feedback, at Neil Gallagher Training. Won't go into any future sessions because this is the last one, but it's always useful to have feedback. But thank you so much guys for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you all at training again soon.